So at the beginning of the story, there's a man in a bar is looking for a girl named Silver Bill. This girl is a spy, and this man needs her help to find her son Ki-hoon. This spy Silver Bill is no one else but Cheo-K, which we had seen in the last season. A lot of time has passed away in the story, but Cheo-J is still so young because the Jin monster ran into her body in the last season, whose strength kept her young till now. And apart from this, there were other superpowers too. In other words, she is some percentage of Nejin monster, and trying to hide her old identity, so she has changed her name. Well, the scene cuts and we see a biker chasing a man, who in the end, becomes successful in killing a biker by causing him to have an accident. When he takes off his helmet, it turned out that this was none other than Tae-sang, our hero, and this was a flashback scene, where Tae-sang is now shown to be dead. Now in season 2, we will become his lookalike Ho-Jae. Ho-Jae is also a spy like Cheo-K and works for Young Tae. Young Tae is Tae-sang's friend's grandson. Ho-Jae comes to a hotel to investigate a case. But by mistake, he went into the wrong room. He went there and found Ki-hoon dead. He is the same person whom Cheo-K has to find. It was seen in the flashback that some people are after Ki-hoon. He came to this hotel and hid himself, but people were after him to kill him. Have come here too, but we aren't shown the man who killed Ki-hoon. But was definitely seen that the person who killed him had tentacles instead of hands. It clearly meant that the man is a Jin monster. On the other side, the police also arrested Ho-Jae, because after getting the news of the murder, Ho-Jae was in the same room by the time the police got there. He was accused of the murder in this way, because H0J works as a personal investigator. The police already knew him. He assured the police that he had gone for some investigation, but the police asked for proof. The police inspector told him, "Okay, I will give you the time, you can catch the real killer within 10 days, find him, and I'll leave you." During the investigation, the police also found that Ki-hoon is the man who died, was a guard of Gyeongseong Biotech Company. Now, we see the Gyeongseong Biotech Company building. This institute was made inside the Gyeongseong Hospital. In the previous season, Nejin monster was made there, then by forcibly putting Nejin monsters inside the prisoners, they were made monsters. Ki-hoon's dad, who is very saddened by his son's death, he was most upset about his son's death. He gives the investigation of his son's death to Cheo-K. Now Cheo-K and Ho-Jae both are looking for killers. In the hotel footage, Cheo-K sees Ho-Jae. She thinks he is a killer and starts following him. The same thing happened with Ho-Jae. When Ho-Jae looked at the footage to find the killer, he sees Cheo-K and she considers her as a killer. Now he wanted to go after Cheo-K too, and also wanted to investigate all these cases. While Yeong-gil, his friend, doesn't want to help him in this all. Not only he wanted to distance himself from the matter, but also wanted to keep Ho-Jae away from this as well. But Ho-Jae had to do an investigation to save his life. Yeong-gil remembered the promise I made to my grandfather, and he goes with the Ho-Jae. Yeong-gil has an investigation about Cheo-K. He gets to know that Cheo-K looks at the sunset on top of a building every day. Ho-Jae goes after Cheo-K from there. While at Cheo-K's house, we got to see that the killer entered Cheo-K's house to search for it, where he got the pictures of our hero Tae-sang. And he was shocked to see them. The scene cut and came back to Cheo-K and Ho-Jae. Ho-Jae attacked Cheo-K, and she also fought for her defense. Both of them fought for a long time. When Cheo-K suddenly saw Ho-Jae's face, I don't know what happened to her, she hugged him and started crying. After seeing this, Ho-Jae also had strange feelings. As if he knows this girl, he has a deep relationship with this girl. He too was surprised to hear the name of Tae-sang from Cheo-K's mouth. We are again shown on Gyeongseong Biotech Lab, where the doctors are still doing experiments on humans. It has been observed that a patient was left in the cage of the Nejin monster. What happened to that patient was not shown. But the scene cuts and we are taken to flashback. We see Cheo-K again. It is shown how Cheo-K got infected by her mom's Nejin virus. She too became a Nejin monster. And when she was again brought back to human condition, when he regained consciousness, he killed himself by killing him a lot. 2 children were also found among the bodies there. He sat, who now did not share his feelings with her. She gets scared seeing that he was begging. and when she runs away from there she finds a way many more dead bodies are seen and it feels like he is the one who killed them all. Knowing this she would have gone back to her home in fear. After some days it is known that Korea. We also got independence from Japan, that's why Tyson Cheoke was very happy to come to Tyson. She wanted to meet him too, but now because she knew he was an agent monster had already been made. She was afraid that she might get the Thai without causing any damage to the home. He should find himself far away from the Thai song. Let's make sense and shift back to the present where P. Cheoke happens. This time she is meeting him and thinks that Ho Jae is a killer, but maybe his misunderstanding is cleared here. He tells Cheoke that he is not a killer, already knew, because when he saw Ki-han's dead body, his eyes were filled with tears. There was a hole inside and his brain was missing. The brain is not only that, Jin Monster used to say that it was understood that someone was going to kill him. Najin is a monster but he doesn't get it. That after so many years Nakan Monster is back. How did he appear and how is he so fast now? They were killing humans from here. He tells Cheoke that he should also find the killer. Let us both solve this case together, but Cheoke refuses it. At this time Cheoke has remembered the sinner Ho Jae many times. He was once called by the name Tai Sang. I was confused as to who Tai Sang is. He went home and asked his friend Young Gil, do you know Tai Sang? By hearing this name, he was so confused as if he was doing a lot of things. You know it, but now you want to hide it. When Cheoke reached home she also saw that the sketch of Tai-san is no longer in his drawer. She was very upset and she understood that someone had come to his house and was following him. Now the killer who killed Tyson is here. He had stolen the sketch and came to Madame Na to Che's boss and tells her about Tai-san. I asked to do an investigation which Madame Na has been missing for the past 1 year. One handed over the mango to Cheoke, and as soon as this thing, when the killer got the inkling of this, he killed her without doing anything. Think carefully, madam, did he ever murder you? In the same way as he did when he killed Hone. The body showed that there was a hole in his hand and his brain was also missing, that is these forts. There is a dancing monster Cheoke who is this time madam. She had come close to the outside of Na, the killer. And now he is trying to catch the killer, begins to follow him. For later we are shown that Cheoke is also. He is chasing them because even when I was talking to my detective Noah he received the news of Madame Na's murder. Madame No, at that time he heard all those murders because of this was showing pictures which were shown in the same way he was killed. By this means all of them had to face some monster had killed Cheoke here too. After all you managed to catch the killer while he is on the run. She went and saw the killer standing near the pillar was going on, and the killer realized that whether I too am feeling like dancing, but this thing knowing that he can't leave Cheoke alive. He had his tentacle now in Cheoke's stomach, tries to kill him by stabbing him before the T dies completely. This whole scene arrived just in time. Seeing this the killer stood there shocked and worried. He ran away from there and reached there at the right time. Brought him to the hospital. Here in the hospital Cheoke's bracelet is left in Hodge's hand. Wanted to meet Jae, but Cheoke went out from the back gate. After getting treatment the scene ran away from here and we got lost in the jungle. Chairman of Sung Biotech Company, who is shown to be much older than Sung Chu, he is very angry because he has done a lot of people have been murdered by Gani killer. His name is Jang Jo and his name is Gyeongseong Bai. There is some deep connection with the tech company here. The captain beats him up a lot. He to convince him to stop murdering. In response to which he will ask a new question. Let's see if Tae-sang is alive. It is seen here that it should be done another to get information about. He came to the lady and the lady also gave him. Seeing him he called him Tai-song and was surprised. I went and asked him who was Tai-sang. That lady, she changed the topic and said, you are also a Tai-sang. You are very open-hearted and our office is also above Tyson's old store. That's why the name came out of my mouth. Here's a look inside the biotech company. The chairman is scolding Captain Croc because what he has experimented with is the chairman is out of his control and threatens him that if in some time you give him, if you do not bring us under your control, then someone else will have to replace you. Flash the pack reveals that Captain Croc goes inside. The people of Gyeongseong Company felt proud had implanted these monsters so that there. If the water continues, here we see that now Ho Jae has come to see his friend Young Gal. asking questions about your past because apart from the last 1 year he has to spend maybe he doesn't remember anything about his past. There must have been an accident, Yeong-gil told him. Said if you don't remember your past, so it was all very scary. You live today. Those people were still talking that there was a knock at her door no matter where she came from. Thea and Jae worked together to find the killer. For which actually Sung-jo was here. Sung stole all the stuff from whoever's house he wanted. I was hiding inside Sung-jo's drawer. Lady Maida also watches Benja's picture. The wife of the husband of whose lady in hatred Maida saw the Nazi monster inside her eye had got the implant done when she was pregnant and when her son was born, so his pride monster passed on to his son. That means Seon is Minja's son. Here Yeong-gil is shown to have been trained by someone named them. I got a call from a lady. This is an old lady whose the face is not shown. Then who is he and what he wants from the young girl will be known later. While on the other hand we now have Cheok. Let's see, the one whose condition is very bad is this time was wounded, and whenever it was wounded then they need human brains. You have to do this to heal yourself before she could hunt down any animal in her hand. Keeping control over himself, he came back to his home. Inject some serum inside you that makes him feel a lot better. After she regains consciousness she notices that now he has Tae-san's lamp in his hand. It happened that there was no bracelet either. Well, now it will happen. The investigation of her case reached her home. We saw this at Ho Jae's house that Madam No spoke into a microphone. It was felt as soon as these two started talking to each other when we were doing it. Madam stood down, but this did not benefit Madam No much. Because both of them are talking in court. Word Cheok was saying that this is all that should happen. He said that you should call on Madam Na's number. You should do it because this time Madam Na the killer has the cell phone. Here we are the killer, that is, Seon sees Joe in the lab who Captain Krako's office Sung Mangla Raha, and this thing makes Captain Krako angry. Well, he is also coming in such a short time. After seeing this someone calls you Jae was the one who fixed a meeting with Seon Chu. It seems that this time Cheok was also with him. People decide to meet the killer together. These are all the things Madam Nu was listening to. She too had decided to follow them. These two are with Yeong-gil. In the evening Sung-jo arrives to find Gunny killer. They found something strange at the mentioned place. The vibes were coming before it even started. There are many proud monsters on them. They attack, meaning the killer has set a trap. Both of them are called here as before Yeong-gil comes to help them. He moves forward with his sisters who come in front of him, stops them here inside the building. Cheok wanted to fight all these monsters, but he does not want to tell his truth to Ho Jae, so she wanted to push first and then it should be done. Throws her down from the building so that she can fight for free. As soon as the flying fell down the young heart became faint. He sees it, and it is here that he gets whatever he wants. Here it is written about the murders it has done. He asks about these in casual conversation, and Haetapa starts where there is Haza. He was taking more beatings because Yeong-jo there was an ass monster inside to see. Found that the monsters above were Cheok. They were made unconscious with nitrogen and brought down where the lions come and tease with their tentacles. Seeing this, Cheok gets a slap in the face. Veen came Vian of the time when Cheok got her. My mom got stabbed by a monster. All this actually happened in front of Tae-san, and this clearly means that it should happen, and it's none other than Tae-sang, and he is, so it is obvious how Young is still here at this time. There are so many young people who are. If you are infected with the NAS virus, then does Tyson also have a dancing virus inside him? Is he also a Nazi monster, and inside him where did this Najin come from? This whole story it will open further before Siam, which is now Ho Jae would have killed him for Ho Jae's deeds. A path is visible, looking at which, he got confused and started going from there. I knew that he could hurt T as much as he could. The pride inside Sha'ak is also gone now, won't let even the injured KO stay alive. He was in a very bad condition due to hunger and he needed someone to help him immediately. I needed a brain to heal myself so that he doesn't commit any murder. Here she starts running away from here, and it happens he quickly goes and hugs her because now he remembers his past memories. Cheok had started telling him to stay away from her, she says. Then suddenly both of them fall unconscious. When Ho Jae regained consciousness he was taken to the hospital. I was there, and in front of him was Madam Nu as well. Madam Nu tells him that according to the police, the There has been an attack on Talana and the blame should be put on it. Go to Cheok because they're only the two of them over the things that exist. Blood has been found. As soon as this matter happens, it turns out that this heart's health is quite bad. If it is worse, then she tries to meet him. He starts doing this but no one wants to meet her. We were not allowed to show the scene to the camera. It is said that chairman of a biotech company is sitting with the old woman and doing her experiments, giving them the details of while outside a woman is standing there listening to all this. The police was also still on the middle side where they found a nitrogen can with the Gyeongseong biotech was labeled as police. Now Madam Nu has to discharge Ho Jae. He asks her to bring him to the police station but she tells him not to. Sung-ju would have reached Ho Jae earlier and tells him about the TU in the basement of Gyeongseong's building. Sung-jo's plans were foiled. The hospital should somehow be in a proper condition. Young comes out from here and reaches the heart to ask him, why did you? I was knocked unconscious by hitting me with the bat. And finally, who did what to you? No matter who, since when have all these questions been roaming in his mind? Young-il tells him only one thing, that you don't go back to your old life. Before he says anything else, here doctors come and because of this the height has to go from there. After the scene is cut we are shown Sung-young biotech were but now Cheok's scan is being seen. One thing is very common in the scans of Chae-ik and Sung-ju were different and matched each other. The pride of both of them was due to the virus in their minds was on the back side, while usually the Nazam occupying the upper hand of the human brain. This meant that these people very mature Nakan viruses were found in this. The thing we know is that both of them love their dancing. Viruses were found from their wax. Here we are now. Let's see Cheok, which is closed in 1 year and near the cell of a man named Gyeongseong. The boy's cell. The boy tells her his story. He tells that he has come here and agreed for treatment was brought and he was told that he had to undergo they will be given water to drink. 10,000 to everyone's family as soon as they drink. Million yuan will be given, which is there is a large amount, and if the experiment if I become successful, then all these handicapped people will be completely. You will be fine, you will be normal. Jae Jang-yak said that in front of him. All his companions died and he survived and was brought here and imprisoned. Cheok looked at her carefully and here there was also a dancing virus ring in the neck. Seeing this she trembled with fear that these people would just also experiment on dance monster. We see that Ho Jae is now back at home. The young gal had found that there is a picture in which he was standing by himself. He was accompanied by Young-il's grandfather, Young Tai. He was surprised to see this and I started remembering my old memories. He started missing the team and suddenly he felt there could be something behind this wall. When he removed the wallpaper, there was really something behind it. There was a whole shop. This is Tai-san's old shop, in which he bought people's valuables and he used to sell his coffee. Here all the fake IDs are found and one of Cheok. You get the poster of the time when the season in the first, Cheok had fled after committing a murder. Now before he recognizes everything. Chada Seo who reaches there and a scuffle broke out between the two. These people were fighting when Madam I also came here chasing them, but Madam Na probably won't be able to get hold of these two. The brothers had fled somewhere, taking him with them to a big house. I came to the tank. From inside this tank we know the viruses that are shown moving around. He tells her to be here and that you are inside it. Go and be as before. The scene is cut and we Gyeongseong Biotech Club shows where Captain Perko is now have come to Cheok. As soon as he came here he told the whole truth to Cheok that this lab is old and doing the same work as before. That means she is experimenting with dancing and its founder is none other than Kato and it is Lady Maida, and at this time it is Chairman Kato's son. After that Chae-io was picked up and brought to Lady Maida from behind the old woman. We see Lady Maida is shown who is young and older. She looked beautiful like a bomb though his whole face had gone up to his body. It was going on but Kato tried to fix it. I had promised them that by giving them soldiers till now, we will do this. You can guess that Kato had destroyed his body. It was these viruses which had been inserted inside Naz because she is still young and beautiful too and they have many superpowers too. Hogai scenes go into flashback, that is some scenes after season 1 were shown when Lady Maida is well again. She has gone to Tai-sang to try to be friends with him. She wants to extend her hand just like before. Tai loved Sang but still Tai-sang rejects their love and he asks them to go back to Japan. On hearing Marta's refusal, Lady Marta herself, I could not control myself, I got very angry. He went there and saw all the companions of Jesus. He got him killed, and then he did the same on Taesang. Attacked with his tentacled hands made him feel bad, and then his Nazi virus was put inside as well. That was the reason that Taesang was still young with all these people like he's here right now with his fake ID. I was living there, but some time ago because of the accident he lost all his sis had forgotten her old life again. We shift to the present where Chio-K is, who may not know the truth, but the Lady Bata tells Kale that it is actually T is the real T. After all this, pick it up and take it to Tyson's tank. A dancing virus is introduced inside the tank and Tyson was put inside that tank. The T was there. She wanted to stop him. She was screaming loudly, but with Taesang I can't hear his voice. It was seen that inside Tyson again the dancing virus has already gone away. This is before it is the same virus, and the virus is likely to spread again as soon as it enters the brain. Although the memory has also come back because after the accident, this dance came out of his mind. The virus had gone away as a side effect. He has lost his memory, but now his memory returned and he remembered everything. Here we see Sungjo Taesung on the pretext of fighting him. He gets a chance to meet Chio-K. Taesung gives way while fighting. He also comes in front of Chio-K, but by mistake mistaking him to be a guard and stopping Taesung Chio-K before something happens here, and these people were caught with the help of Sai and Jo. Both of them managed to escape from here. Now why are the sis helping them? This mystery will also be revealed after the scene is cut. Now we are shown the same old lady, the one to whom Tai went with Jaeho's. That old lady to get information. She calls the police inspector and asks him. She says, you know that all these are murders. I can't do it because it should be a real Tai. After this the scene shifts to the past. And we know the past of this saint. It is shown that we got time to see I am a lady maid who has a soul within her. It was a virus. They adopted Seonjo Lee Sing, who is becoming younger and knows the truth about himself. I didn't know that one day he would go out of control. Happened and he murdered a mate of his tentacles stopping in the eye. Even though his brain was eaten, Lady Maida still kept him company, supported him and hid his crime at the same time. He commanded everyone to not tell anyone about his words. Since that day Sion, who started obeying everything Lady Maida said, taking advantage of this. Lady Maida and Kato also used to do experiments on him. Cut to a day and listen to Lady Maida. Shinjo realizes that he is someone special. It is not the Tai that Lady Maida adopted. Rather it is an experiment of theirs. He has one of those major jinn viruses. He has got it, because of which he considers himself as a jinn, can also transform into a monster. Even after knowing everything he waited for a long time. Till then there is nothing left in front of Lady Maida and acted in front of him as if he agrees to everything she says, and the Lady Maida is her mom. In the scene's present shifts to where we now see Seoncho having breakfast with Lady Maida. Here is Lady Maida Seoncho about the meeting with Dezen from. She was asking but she didn't know anything. Then Lady Maida gives him an injection like a pen. She gives him a look which makes him a little nervous. When I get up from here to the bar at the club, he goes there and frees Zhang Yang. Does that is freeze that monster, gives the one who has still had control over himself. This boy had never learned to get it by going like this. Many people were murdered in the subway station. He does it and soon this news is in the news. Also spreads. After this comes the joke. Chio-K and Tae-san come to him and he confesses, proves that he is the one who got this work done. Lady Maida and all the blacks of the Gyeongseong I wanted to expose his deeds, wanted to take revenge for his mom, but this time Chio-K Kowski doesn't believe in anything. There was an inspector in the police station here also comes to know that all these. The man behind the murders was not San but Gyeongseong Institute is here. Inspector also remembers the meeting with the old lady. Comes when the old lady told her that there is no Taesong behind these murders and you stop targeting Taesang. Don't miss how much Taesang helped you. I told you that I had saved your family too. After that now he sends the inspector to his grandson, who is tasked to find Gyeongseong. Hired for a special experiment was done, and as soon as he was hired he got Rs. 10,000 million. This was transferred to his account, after which till today he has to take care of his grandson, that is Nothing was known about the grandson here in the present now. Tae-sung he calls the inspector and informs him, reveals that his memory has returned. He also tells us that whatever there are murders behind it, the institute evolve is here. The institute in it we are shown that Chairman Sarah the blame was being put on Captain Croco that he must have freed Jang Yag, but Captain Crow says I think is Lady Maida behind all this because she is after Tyson, and Tyson he must have used this trick to trap here. Captain Croco tells them that bite me my pride virus, this company I gave it to save it and this company to save if I have to save the Lady Maida or myself, even if I have to kill the Thorns. I am behind this, I will not move. The scene is cut and shown that Tae-sang is now ready to meet Young Yak. Sabf was coming to the station along with Joyo wanted to come, but Tae-sang forbade him before she met Young Yak. The entire team of the institute came with Pata Young. I would take her from one this time. The police is also with his, and the team had come from the subway station to Jangyag to the police to catch him restaurants while Captain Crow was here. But let's bring a new warrant. This warrant is it came from the authority according to which people could have taken Jang-yu away from here because it is a very dangerous virus was affected, and if he had stayed outside then more this could have harmed people. The inspector cannot get his hands on Jang-yak, after which the inspector leaves from here regardless of whether the Tae-sang also here was Tae-san to the captain crew after kidnapping him. Something was tied around his neck when they hit the subway. I did this work at the station. Then all the people here they also made the camera footage disappear. After injecting him, he released Tyson. No, instead he took her in his van. As soon as Chio-K started thinking about this, when Chio-K found out, she started following him. Detective New is chasing Chio-K along with them. She was doing it and along with it whatever her sisters were chasing Captain Croco. When it was assumed that many people were following him. Then he has put his whole team, sent the cars around, chase the Yoke one to destruct it is and the rest of them. During all of this, Seon who tells Chio-K a past memory. She remembers when Tae-sang this whole Jang Seong wanted to destroy Seong Lab, anyone who was willing to support Tae-sang because Tae-sang thought she was the one. I gave you love that no one else gave you, but then when Tae-sang got his best if needed, she was behind because of Lady Maida. He got removed and he still has a recurrence of this to this day. Probably because of that, till date this lab is maintaining its density. She is working here. Chio-K has faith, assures him that now he has to destroy this lab. Shayak wants to ask what happened. It was because you didn't go to help Tyson. Then he tells that Lady Maida knew that I'm helping Tae-sang, so Lady Maida had me kidnapped and my injecting a solution inside I put my child to sleep for a day. My powers are over, so I can't help anyone. Lady Maida on the other side by getting Tyson caught and then removing his weapon from inside. Nakan virus was removed. This was the reason that his had lost all memory, and now when all the memories came back because of him dancing. The virus came with the help of Jo Sang-jo. Now he was brought back and his scenes were presented again where the sandwich it is. He is telling everything to Chio-K, but suddenly he crashes his car in which he himself was there, and Chio-K was there to do this. Later, he did the same to Chio-K's body too. Injected the solution so that Kanajin virus has gone to sleep and now no one cares about Kao. Can also kill. On the other hand, we see that Captain Crew is now torturing Tyson. The scenes shift to the past and let's take a closer look at Captain Croco, where he goes to fix his girlfriend, for which he is asking for only 3 mothers. Captain Krog actually wanted that more the mature brain of Gale does not get infected by the virus. Inject it into your girlfriend's body, give it to him so that he can get well and get back to his monster. Sis can also keep control over Varian. Chio-K shifts to Sang-jo again, is where it is revealed that Sang-jo is still Lady Maida is also helping Lady Maida actually wanted Chio-K to have ties. He killed himself along with him so that his soul could be consoled. Mr. Tae-sang killed his lover Dia and Tae-sang again, and Tae-sang go back to Lady Maida, but because now this couldn't have happened to him, the cards had come back, so this work was done with. Was about to do it before Seon-cho. Chio-K Detective No comes from PJ and kills him. She shoots Seon-cho in the eye. He was too injured to leave here. Just then Lady Maida's people also arrived. He was very shocked to see that he was here to kill him. What hurt more was that his mother, for whom he was taking so many risks to get her killed wanted. Here now we can see the captain crew, and let's watch the fight between Tae-sang. Tae-song escaped from his clutches. I wanted to fight in this battle. Tae-sang wins and she takes the gift from his hand. He also takes injection containing solution that can put Nas monster to sleep. Before he takes this injection, the captain would inject it inside Crocodile. Croco gives him an idea. It is said that this injection was given by Lady Maida. Keep it safe. It will be useful for you during this time. Captain Croco receives a call from someone and he learns that Lady Maida has also been kidnapped, into which he injects Najin. While the same mature dancer was allowing her to mature, he had to inject it into his girlfriend, but now she had no mature dancing skills to fix your girlfriend, and now he goes to Lady Maida for a new scenes shift to flashback to deal with, where we are shown that Yeong-gil, after Tae-san's memory fades, Lady Maida begs for Tae-san's life, assures him that he'll never be able to meet Tae. He will not tell the past of this sex, nor will he never interfere in the work of the Tae-san's core will give music. In the present, Yeong-gil had also regained consciousness. As soon as the inspector came to know about this, immediately he went to meet her. She was his wanted to take a statement, but on the way he was kidnapped. Later when we were shown to the inspector, he was in a cage. Not just him. Yeong-gil and Yeong-yok was also in the same cage, and here Lady Maida and Tae-sang are also shown. Lady Maida was here for Tae-sang, but I had set up some experiment on the side. It is shown that the captain crew, in bringing out the dancing monster inside Cheok so that he can use it for his purpose, used Captain Crucio. Lady Mohita had made this deal with Maida. It was he who had given him the idea to not Sim should be taken out, after which Cheok should die, and then Tae-sang comes to him here. From this, first he would kill his own friends. With that time he remembers the injection that captain gave him. I met Croco and he was here quickly. The injection would have been given to Lady Maida and then try to save your friends. I feel like they are up to dance. Monster was thrown out of monster fighting using his arm. After all, he kept all the three companions at his place. I had already kicked him out, but now this is in front of him. The monster knew that inside it too there is a person hidden, and that too his feelings, knew his pain and wanted to free him. He stands here for her. Your phone controls your mind. Lady Maida watching this through a kinesis wave, they realize that their purpose is no longer fulfilled. He could be inside this place. Immediately they throw nitrogen gas and destroy monster, makes her unconscious, due to which the monster faints. It happens, and now Tainan gets time. Now it is time to save the tea. When the inspector and all of Tainan's companions got out of this place, were there, then the inspector saw a man from here. He looked at his watch and recognized that there was one of their men who was actually Jan, was affiliated with the Song Institute, and he was the one who helped Lady Maida. Now he is also involved in kidnapping the inspector. I understood that his intentions were he is dangerous. Immediately Detective Na knows this warrant issued for closure of the institute. These people here tell me to do a lot. We do an investigation, but in the end they don't get anything from the lab. That with the help of force they could close this lab. In the end it opens up with whatever. The inspector gets very upset because they knew the truth. Well, now it is shown that Shania is with her mom. That is, he has come to Lady Maida somewhere. He loves Lady Maida like his mother. But I told Lady Maida here, I never loved you. You went and asked me for you. How could I love you? But I knew that the virus that was inside has become very dangerous. Now the same virus was inside you, and you had some extra abilities, so to use you. I've had you with me for so many years. After hearing all this truth, I kept it with me. Titus had come. He had lived his whole life with Lady Maida. He obeyed her words as if he were his servant, but he did all this out of love. Now that when all his emotions were over, then Lady Maida is stopped at monsters, thrown into the container, and Lady Ma monster died by burning due to acid coming out of the body. After all this we went to Tae-san again. Let's see who is still trying to save Cheok. He is trying to save Cheok. Returned to the biotech lab where I saw that. Now I put the tea in that container, in which after inserting it from their body the dancing virus comes out. Not that wanted to remove the dancing virus from his body. Should be fired, because if that happens we'll lose all its membrane, but it will fail. It was done by the time he reached here. His body, the virus had gone out of him. He is a normal person was created, and along with it all my memory. I had also lost the tank which I had broken, along with the tie had tried to save Cheoke's life because of the breakdown of the tank. That Nazi monster also. Captain Croc died like this. Did he have anyone mature? Najin is not happy with his girlfriend. To heal well now because of Cheoke, when he lost his memory, he went to Tyson again. And once again, I could not recognize my she is away from love. Now she is with the same love, told the old lady to take care of Cheoke. We have seen this many times in the season. Yeol cleans a normal life and she also goes to college where she is seen wearing a tie every day comes to see. And as for Gyeongseong, the institute is told about it that the secret was still working. Lady Mahida had undoubtedly died, but now Seo who was running it secretly, and he was giving all the instructions to the chairman. People now buy a lot of mineral water here. They put the dancing virus inside, which later these bottles are shipped, and with the mystery of how long this virus is spreading now, how much more destruction has happened due to the huge storm that has spread this season ends here.